Welcome back, guys. This is the Truth or Wisdom, episode 13, The Real You. So, Gadiel, we're going to start off asking the question, the real you. So, what do you think about that one?
The real you, that serves a purpose. That's telling me, who am I? Who am I when the doors are closed and I'm inside my house, and it's the real me, what no one sees, what no one's seeing on social media. You know,
Yeah,
everyone puts on a front of, okay, this is me. I'm happy all the time, or people only post their best part of their life on there. That everyone's always happy, everyone's always great, or that you're great, putting up selfies and telling everyone that you just went on vacation, but they don't see the person behind the closed doors. You know,
exactly. I totally agree because the real you, for example, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, number one, to define yourself. And I'm not just saying look at yourself in the mirror right now, go to the bathroom, look at yourself. Like literally define yourself to the person of you. Who are you as a person? And what energy do you give off? Who are you entirely? So a lot of people put up a poker face. You know, they try to say, "Oh, well, I'm this person," but hey, behind closed doors, you can be a totally different person.
exactly. I'll give you a prime example, Javan. Have you ever? This is probably back in the day now. That, let's just say your mom or dad just got done yelling at you, and then they go answer the phone, and they change up their voice. They just got done yelling at you, but when they answer the phone, like, "Hey, Sharon, how you doing?" And then you just
Yeah.
looking at your parents like, you were just yelling,
Well,
and now
well,
you're
see,
being.
yeah, there's a difference. When I got in trouble, when it was different, it was a little bit different for me. They keep the same voice. If they're yelling, they're like, "Oh, guess what happened? Jay got in trouble." This and that. They got to tell your whole business. So that's a little different for me from you. Now, it wasn't. It's strictly the same person, same everything, regardless. So yeah, I can't
Yeah,
really relate to that one because when you're in trouble, you're in trouble. But when it's like a movie script. A lot of people they'll do a movie script, and then is that the real you? It's like if you're going for the audition, they want to see the real you into the script, not the fake you into the script. Because guess what? You're not going to get the part. You know what I'm saying? So I just my whole thing, like I said, just look at yourself. You got to look at yourself first. You got to grab whatever it is to define yourself in whatever way and whatever factor to implement everything. So I believe that sometimes it takes time. It doesn't happen right away, but you have to have the necessary steps in your mind to do that. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. You have to define yourself, you know what I'm saying? So
and don't get me wrong. I know there's jobs out there where you have to turn the light switch on and off at times, depending on what you're doing. You know, like
yeah,
if you're
agreed.
you're you're in like law enforcement or some type of high end job, you have to act a certain way. But when you get home, you got to be mom or dad at home. You know.
No, seriously. And I might step on some toes here, but like I said, truth or wisdom, we have to be so real. We can't be fake to you guys. We gotta have real audience uh presence here. So the thing is another thing too, a big thing about defining yourself is who the real you is. A lot of people have secrets. A lot of people have dark secrets, whatever they try to portray, they try to fit in. But guess what? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the little secrets that you guys are holding from either your family, your friends, your loved ones, your significant other, whatever, whoever you're with, anybody, anything, any friend, whatever, whoever it is, it's eventually gonna come out. Sad to say, you might hold it in for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, but you need to start being real. The little secrets that you have behind closed doors, they will be defined. Nothing can be hidden forever. It's like you have somebody doing a negative thing. They want to be like a leader in a gang, for example. You're in a leader in a gang. One day you're going to get taken down. It doesn't go forever. So that's you got to define the you. So
It's like in social media, it's a prime example that people get in these chat groups and whatnot, and say you're fighter 51 or 22, and then they come check you out in real life, and they're like, oh, you fighter 51? Well, you don't look or act like the way you were doing in chat. As a matter of fact, you're nothing like the way you've been representing yourself from the chat versus the real you.
exactly. And it all starts from, really putting forth the actual person in reality and not the character. Because the real you got to look at the rich. The real person of being rich, there's two people of being rich. People may disagree and they may agree with me. The thing is that you have the people that are really happy to be rich and they're actually doing things, they're investing. Then you have the other people that are rich, but guess what? They're really not happy. They have drug addiction, they have alcohol abuse, they have other addictions all around.
Well,
So I use
Javan,
that as an
look
example.
at these rappers, Javan. Look at these rappers. That what do they stunt like they got 45
No,
cars, $1 million
to be honest,
dollars.
most of these rappers, bro, they renovate their cars and chains and houses. That's not coming out of a real boss. Defining as a definition of a real boss, if anybody wants to know out there, a real boss is using your own money. Did you guys hear that? Your own money. That's a real boss, not somebody borrowing from somebody else. A real boss owns everything they have. So, we're like I said, I might step on some toes, but we're gonna make sure you guys get the message of hiding, in the secrets in the dark. I don't know if you guys are not being honest with somebody. I don't know if you guys, watch certain things you're not supposed to watch. I don't know if you guys are doing certain things you're not supposed to do, but you're hiding from your family. Um, I want you guys on this episode to feel convicted in your heart to finally come out and be free and tell the truth. Like, no more secrets from now on. You got to define you. You have to define that, because how can you define you if you're hiding stuff inside? You need to finally let it out. Whether you need to talk to somebody about it one on one, whether you need to hear this podcast to change it, whether it's somebody that you need to talk to other than what the stuff I just mentioned,
And
whatever it
and
is.
we're talking about things that you shouldn't be doing. That's one thing where you keep it in house. Family business is family business. But if you're doing something,
Exactly.
whether it's to hurt your family or hurt somebody else, it's not good. And eventually, it's going to
Exactly.
come up to haunt you. It's going to come back. They
Yes.
say whatever is in darkness will come to light.
It will be exposed regardless.
And someone's going to turn the light on, or maybe it's turn the light off. I don't know.
Most definitely. And like I said, you can't hide it. So it's going to definitely come out. So you guys have to definitely find the real you. And once you have that real you, you're going to put it out, and it's going to be human nature. It's going to be so natural to you, and you're just going to feel like a whole different person. Like me lately, man, I've been feeling like the best person I can possibly feel like, man. I've been happy. I haven't been feeling down. I haven't been feeling depressed. You know why? Because I believe in myself and I keep trying, and I found the real me, you know. So when you find the real you, it's a different feeling. And you'll know when you find the real you. When you find the real you, it's going to be a feeling like no other. Like you don't want to go back to the person you were because you found the real you. So that's a great positive note that you guys can listen and take in. But yeah, most definitely, man. Finding the real you is very important in this aspect of your life.
But you know what? It could be a challenging subject too, because maybe people don't know who they are. Maybe they need to take time for themselves and
Yep.
maybe go for a walk and kind of just figure things out, or maybe they just need to change their perspective on life.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
especially being in 2020 when no one saw this coming, with the pandemic and people losing their jobs, and maybe it's for 2021 it's a reset.
And this year that everything that happened, this is an example for you to even find the real you. Because you have, like, if you look at different scenarios of all the years of you growing up in your life, look at how so much of this year has happened. Like, Defining the real you is definitely important. Of things are around you, things are in front of you. You have to pay attention to every detail because believe it or not, every detail and everything that happens as a clue, there's a situation to come out of it. There's a reason why this is happening. There's a reason why that's happening. You just have to pay attention.
And you know what? Sometimes, maybe every day when you get up in the morning, you have to stand up and look in front of that mirror and and face the facts that it's you. If you're blessed that you get 24 hours a day, everyone gets 24 hours in the day if you're blessed. What you do with that 24 hours is up to you, and how
Yep.
you invest that time and what you do with it.
I definitely have a challenge for everybody right now. Before you even touch your 10 toes on the floor, when you stand up, before you even do anything, just say I'm thankful out loud. I'm thankful to be alive, whether it's in your mind or out loud or whatever, however you want to do it. Just be thankful. And then you're gonna feel really good inside. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm starting my day off really good because I'm defining the real me because I feel thankful for the person I am. And that's another thing too. You have to be happy of like the person you are. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't be real as well. You have to be happy with yourself within.
And I
How
and
can you
I know Thanksgiving Day is coming. You don't have to take one day out to be grateful. You should be grateful every day.
every single day of your life, second. Look, people think we have all these years and minutes. Man, we have seconds. Your heart can stop today, right now. You might be so into like the future, but guess what? You gotta have the now real you right now, the real time, the real you. So you don't have too much time to define the real you. You might think you have forever, but it's just time is just ticking
You know,
away.
it, hey Javan, it's like that rapper Eminem. He has the one song, "Will the Real Slim
The
Shady
real Slim
Please
Shady.
Stand Up?" So I'm asking everyone who listens to this podcast, will the real you please stand up?
Oh man, that's deep. That's deep. That is deep. So yeah, man, that's other than that, that's something for you guys to really, really think about. Really sink that in your head, in your soul, in your mind, in your
I don't think
body.
it's to think about. I think it's to put into action.
Well, first you have to think about it, then you put into action. So it's a stepping stone process right here. But yeah, I'm so happy that you guys are continue to look into the podcast and listen to it because we reached 1,000 listeners already, probably
That's
more
right.
than that. We're probably
Mm-hmm.
surpassed that. So we appreciate your guys' support and everything. You guys have done nothing but support us regardless of whatever how you guys are feeling or we appreciate it. We get nothing but positive feedback. So we
And
appreciate the support.
and we're getting love from everywhere. Like I said, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Pandora, we're on Radio Public, iHeartRadio. We're even on YouTube because some of y'all listening are too lazy to go download one of these listening platforms.
That's
So I had
real.
to sit here and put everything on YouTube, so you have no excuse.
And I had to personally send this. What I had to do, me personally, I send everybody through Messenger a single message of the podcast. So there's no excuse of I didn't get the message. You didn't push play. That's what happened.
You just looked at it. But if you're listening, we appreciate it. And we thank you for your love. We thank you
But
for your support.
here's one more thing. Here's a word for thought. You know how you guys can flick your finger up and down on Facebook? It takes one click of a push of a button to hear the podcast. Just think about that.
There you go. Hey, don't forget about our GoFundMe account that we have to fund the podcast. We got shirts on the way. And we're going to do that Zoom video. We're coming to video. People sleeping on us, Javan.
We're about to come out with the video soon for sure. We're probably going to come out with the video. You know what? Episode 15, the video's coming out. Episode 15. I'm calling out right now. 2 more episodes. Episode 15, our first video appearance. So get ready for that. We're actually going to have business cards too. So, if you guys see us, pass it along. We're going to hand those out and we're going to get this thing going.
Right, Javan? I think that wraps up episode 13. You got a last word?
Remember the real you.
The real you. Please stand up.